Morning, everybody. Just wanted to come on and show this real quick before I package it up and send it out. This is for Gina, G-Buck 1980. Hey, Gina! This is just something I made she could hang on her wall for some inspiration or whatever. It's made out of a recycled light bulb. And this is the light bulb I showed in the bit of a sneak peek. It's just covered with polymer clay and I stamped in it with a rubber stamp. And the paper line is color Bach. And boy, I could tell you the name of it right now if I could remember. Yeah, it's that collection. God, it's right on the tip of my tongue, but no, I'm not going to be able to think of it. Okay, it's called Belladonna. It's called the Belladonna collection. And I love this paper right here with the text on the background. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like embossed. So cool. So, I actually did this already, and the sign had banner tails, and I may go ahead and send those with you, with it, Gina. And you can glue them back on there if you want to, but they were so wide, it made the project so wide, there was no way I could ship it that way, so I took them off and stuck their ears on there. But like I said, I'll send those pieces in there, and if you want to, you can just hot glue them on, or if you don't want to, just leave them off. So, alright, I'll link this together with the other little bits that are going in the box. Oh, and just real quick to point out, it does say Gina on the banner that goes around. And then it's got a little secondary banner underneath. And this, it's not attached. The bottom one is, the top one isn't. And then the bottom, I just distressed the little bottom of the light bulb. It was too silvery. I just made a little basket box out of the same, has some chipboard in the same paper. Then I hung some of those little acrylic. Alright, so that's it. Like I said, I'll link the other bit to the video so y'all can see it all. Alright, thanks everybody. Bye now. Thanks, Gina. Love you, girl. Bye. This is the other piece that I made for Gina. And it was like an old souvenir cedar box, that you'd get at a souvenir shop. Or does that sound cliche? And I just put some little copper, there's some copper, my mouth doesn't want to work, some copper patinaed beads that I just put on the bottom. And that's just a chipboard gear that I cut out, and I did the gesso and dried it with my heat gun, made it bubble. I did that technique. Painted it black and then rubbed over it with some copper. And it's got 2 layers of the color Bach. I believe it's called Belladonna. Hold on a second, I'll check that out. Yeah, that's it, Belladonna. Belladonna collection. And it's actually what's on the other project too. Why I said it was the other thing, I have no clue. Because that's what I'm working on another project. Oh, God, if I don't have 6 projects going on at once, I get bored. So anyway, back to the project at hand. So, it was just cedar, raw. Not raw, but, stained cedar. And so, I painted it black, and then did a little copper rub all over it. And then I used 2 different colors of the, I guess I just live with ink on my fingers. That's because I'm in here all day doing projects and my hands are just constantly dirty. I used 2 different papers, actually 3, because as you see the front and the sides are different than paper than the top. And so the flowers are just all over the place today. Man, my camera is not focusing very well. The flowers are all my handmade flowers, except for the little satin rosebuds. Hold on, let me see if I can get Okay, let's see if that's a little better. Some focus. Okay, the flowers are all my handmade flowers that I made. Different paint. It's all white cardstock, but I've painted them all with different colors of paint and stuff. Except for the little rolled. Those are just those little satin ribbon roses. And I even left out the rest of the bundle. Because this is what color they were. And I have probably 4 bundles this color. And I've had them for a long time because they're not the prettiest color. Well, it's not that they're not pretty, it's just hard to get them to match anything. The camera even is making them look a little bluer than what they are. They're almost a purpley. They're not really lavender. I wouldn't call them that, but they probably would look better on a purple project than on a blue project. So I just took my the slate alcohol ink, Ranger alcohol ink. God, terrible allergies right now. And I did them black, obviously, and then I did the copper rub on them to get them to match. So I just went ahead and did a whole bundle of them that way, so I have some put back. And then I just twisted the little curly bits on the roses around a paintbrush stem. And it's done all the way around with the double paper. And then on the inside, the lid is just black, and I may go back and do something about that. I am not sure. And the bottom has paper on the bottom. And so, as you saw, if I can find the top of it, here we go. Made a big, chunky charm. I've been watching DC Scrapping Roosters videos where she does these gorgeous little boxes with these big, chunky charms inside. And I'm just like, all of a sudden, I'm totally hooked on big, fat, chunky charms. So, let me move the box back a little bit and I'll lay this out. Can explain a little bit. This is a charm that I've made out of polymer clay. Another one, different technique. Same thing. And then this is just a bought bead from a big grab bag of beads. This is an old vintage. It was a set of earrings, and they were gold colored. My husband calls it like pot metal, and it's fairly cheap. It breaks pretty easy. It gets corroded really easy. Back up a little bit. And so I used the copper mixative alcohol ink by Ranger and made it copper. And 2 of the little rhinestones, excuse me, were missing, so I just put stickles in the holes, and really, if you're not paying attention, can't tell. And there was nothing in the middle. I have no idea what was originally in the middle of these. And so I just happened to have a flat back rhinestone that fit right in there perfectly. So, and then there's a lot of just repeat, a little bead that I made with a little copper bead. This was a pair of vintage earrings that I just put on there together. A little big bead charm that I stuck together. Another polymer clay bead that I did. I think I was right here. This is some purchased beads. Had my stash. Just another little couple of beads I stuck together with a piece of organza ribbon, and this came from Kimber Creations. Hi Kim, how you doing, honey? Another polymer clay bead, little rose dangle that I was inspired by Roseanne, Roxy Carr. Cube polymer clay bead. Just a couple of charm beads and bead caps stuck together. This is the one that goes to match the little hot air balloon, polymer clay hot air balloon. With some little fibers from Lydia, a Triple Dog Dare You. And this is just my little tag, says Lens Crafts on it. Another polymer clay lentil bead. This is another vintage earring that my husband found a jewelry box in a dumpster one time, and if you would have seen, I'll kick myself to this day for not doing it before. Picture of the jewelry box. And it's going to sound horrible. It looks like it came out from underneath the bottom of a rabbit hutch. That's exactly what it looked like. It was disgusting. I actually think it was paint that somebody had spilled on it, but so after much sanding and redoing, I actually refinished the box, but it had some junk jewelry in there that was so corroded and just really, I did the best I could to clean it up and keep what I could, but there was a pair of these in there. And so the same thing with this one came out of that same jewelry box. Some friends of ours live in a little trailer park, and my husband always parks where he can walk by that dumpster and live in there because he's always finding stuff. So, anyway, that's it. I think I covered no, I didn't cover this one. This is just a bezel that I made from a mold, and this is, I don't know if I've ever heard of the Lisa Pavelka's Magic Gloss. It's a UV resin that cures, under UV light. And in Texas, we've got a lot of that. So when it's nice outside, a lot of times I'll do that. And this is some Martha Stewart, the leaf glitter inside there. I wind up losing my voice. Lovely. So anyway, that's the little charm that I made to go in a box. A chunky charm. Okay, it's not little, it's huge. I love it. Who doesn't love a big chunky charm? So, and then the other thing, I've done quite a few of these dominoes with that's just those dollar store kids tattoos, folks. They're invaluable. I go and clean out my dollar store. They always look at me like I'm nuts. But they're so versatile. You can use them on so many things. So this is just alcohol ink on the domino with one of those glittery, this just happened to be glittery tattoos inside. And it's best to seal the tattoo with something before you put your glossy accents or triple thick, because it will leach the color out of the tattoo. And this was quite a bit brighter before I learned that lesson. And then I just put some little flat back rhinestones in the triple thick as it was drying, so they would set on there. And this particular one is just back to the piece of fun foam that I also alcohol inked, so that I had something to cover the back. It had the rainbow dots, and I'm not really wild about those, but I could have inked over them. So anyway, I thought I'd stick that in the box too, because I just love it. So anyway, there you go. That's my little gifts to Gina. She sent me a wonderful rack, and I just wanted to send her something back. So, thanks, Gina. Love you, girl. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope y'all like everything. Bye now.